Hello, my friends. Today is May the 27th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull to cover the year to follow. I do psychic readings and healing work. If you're interested in readings, I do them via the internet. I do work out of my home in Albuquerque, New Mexico as well. This is, again, a 7 to 10 minute long reading to cover the year to follow for May the 27th, folks. The general energy card of the year is Anima Mundi. And what is that refer to? It refers to the concept of in tarot, it's the world card. It's the completeness card. It's the recognition of one's vital place as a piece of a magnificent orchestra of beingness that is the world, that is completeness, that is all that is. It's a, it's a bliss. It's a recognition. It's where the mythic meets the literal. It's where the feeling, all the senses are alive and complete, and oneself feels ease on the journey of movement. Doesn't mean one doesn't face one's fears and ride one's ups and downs, but doesn't it's a sense of not getting stuck in the highs or the lows of beingness. Now what is the challenge that might be in here? Well, I think it's the feeling of the immensity of things overwhelms. I mean, and that's the best way to put it. I think the immensity of the world, the immensity of oneself, the immensity of everything just is overwhelming and pushes buttons to not feel safe, and pushes buttons in you that make you not feel connected, or not feel loved, or feel abandoned, make you feel abandoned, make you feel unloved. Whatever is that sense of you're either at one with the world or you're not at one with the world. And that is the question. At one with the world allows the world to, go and proceed in the way that the entire world needs to proceed, and one often surrenders and lets go with anima mundi, and understands one can't take care of the big picture. One has just one's own self to navigate one's own path, and find as much balance and peace and love and forgiveness and movement as one can with anima mundi. Otherwise, you're afraid of all those things, and you aren't as fully, I think, authentic and human as you wish to be when one lets one's fear and shames and guilts and other things run one. And we're human. That's what we do. So we're all struggling to find anima mundi. By the way, this is not something that comes easily. It's a magical moment. It's a magical feeling. It's a life shaking, life changing event when one feels that mysticalness, that completeness, that oneness with all that is. So, what's your particular challenge? Six of Pentacles is the particular challenge. Six Pentacles, sixes of the hearts, and Pentacles are of the doing part of ourself, the building, the physical part of ourself. So there's a challenge in your heart around what is happening on the physical world. Often it says, well, maybe this is about going after someone or something you love, and in its upright position. When it's not a challenge, it says life is swimming beautifully. Your heart feels very centered in the work that you're doing, in the things that you're creating, in the body that you're incorporating in your senses of resources, and you're reaching out in a loving way, in a magnanimous way, in a sharing way, to do your work and give your work. Pentacles often also have a difficult time speaking about their emotions, and they're much better at doing rather than feeling and showing what they're feeling. So, you're a doer, and yet you're using your heart and being in love, and thereby I think is your challenge. It's to trust your heart, and to trust that somebody else can see your heart while you're doing what you're doing. Can make you feel, I think, a little crazy. Can make you feel like you can't if you don't know how to proceed when you want to go after something you love, if something you love is slipping away because they don't feel loved by you, and you're a doer and not a sayer, you can't talk about your feelings. Then what do? Well, you have to do more to show them that you love them, or that you love whatever it is that you're working at. And so, on some level, I think you want to love what is going on. You certainly want to love what is going on, but you don't know how to love yourself, or love, or show your love to someone else. And that is a challenge. So that can make one feel like you don't want to do. You don't know what to do, so you don't do anything. That's the opposite side of being the doer of Pentacles, is being the not doer when challenges occur. Some things can floor you and make you, go work at something else, or go build something else, or go take care of something else. You always find something to kind of get in your way, I think, of really looking and feeling what you're feeling. Emotions are difficult on those, pentacle energies. So, the challenge is allowing yourself to feel the depth of whatever is happening for you. And it's a big picture, and it's a scary picture. And that's where Anima Mundi comes in. You can't look at the big picture without feeling overwhelmed by it all. So, what is the action you need to take? Well, it's Antelope. And I think Antelope really says you gotta open your mind to hear your own messages. You gotta, open your mind like the antelope has antenna. Open your mind to higher wisdom, to psychic wisdom, to inner knowing. And then you have to take swift action. And you can't let yourself just sit. Pentacles, will do something else, not necessarily sit and relax. You'll work at something else. You'll work at something else. So, but if you're willing to sit and listen to yourself, and listen for the finer and the higher understandings of yourself, and feel into yourself and go, it feels right to do something, I need to do something now, and then to jump into it and do it. Antelope is swift action. Listening for the right time and the right place, and when it's the right time and the right place, trusting yourself, trusting your connection to spirit with the antenna, and trusting your sense of your pursuit. You don't need to be overwhelmed by all of this stuff. You just need to take an action. Don't not take an action because you're afraid of the results. Take an action. Feel like you need to take an action. When you hear it, when you know it, do it. Go after it. Don't sit back and do something else, or avoid it, or feel like it's too big for you. You can do things in small ways and keep working at things. You know that you're pentacle energy, you're an earth energy, but work at it. Don't give it over to its bigness. Don't give over to the scariness of Anima Mundi. At some point you will understand you can relax and go forward and build things in a more sane way, and including relationships, but building things in a more sane way that really speak to your connection to spirit, and you don't have to be so hyper mental about things and fall into a whole bunch of fear and anxiety about things. And I think that's what the synopsis card is. There is light here. There's a way out here. There's a beaming face here, and a hand willing to receive and to give. I think experience on the physical plane that is spiritual, that is connected to spirit, that is connected to the divine, that is connected to the sacred. You have that in you. You have it in your soul. You have it as the light of your consciousness. Just remember to let that spirit of yourself welcome the spirit of everything. Anima Mundi is you, is your soul, is your spirit inside of you. And you have everything you need, and you don't have to worry so much, and you don't have to work so hard at things. Ask for help. Open your emotional contents. Share what is going underneath you if you can, in the best way you can, but do something. Antelope, take a swift action when you feel like an action is needed, don't avoid it and don't go do something else around it, and don't get afraid of the bigger picture of things. Just work a little bit at a time toward healing one little thing, and if you need help, ask for it. But otherwise, trust your divinity, trust your sacred consciousness, trust your anima mundi, trust that everything is complete and as it is and as it should be, and you can ride along in a better way with it. Aho.